A very pleasant good night, my beloved brothers and sisters in Christ and outside the body of Christ. Well, once again, this is your Christian brother Eric Braxton speaking to you all from his beloved country, Trinidad and Tobago, the land of my nativity, the land of my birth, Trinidad and Tobago, this wonderful island country that is in the blue Caribbean Sea. In this part 30, in this part 36 video, I continue where I left off in part is part 35. I just want to make sure I continue in part 35. Either part 35, just to make sure, either part 35 or part 36. But I believe this is part 36 video. This video. My mind might be deluding me a little bit concerning the number, but just to make sure, this is part 36 video. But if I do make a mistake, I will correct that in the other video to come. So let me continue, brothers and sisters, where I left off in this part 36 video. I just want to say, brothers and sisters, that all the animals that God create, their consciousness is in the hands of God, because God gave the animals consciousness, brothers and sisters. Now, in the Bible do not teach that when all the animals that ever live and die, that God will resurrect them or not. There's no resurrection for the animals. Didn't you all know that? Yes. When God will not be resurrecting all the millions of animals that die. They are souls, yes, from the ants, the batchak. All of them are souls, because the animals are souls. But when the animals die, God will not be resurrecting them back and bringing them back alive. Didn't you all know that? Well, a lot of you all who are non-Christians, who are ignorant of that truth. But there's no text in the Bible that shows us that God will be resurrecting the animals. And why the texts are not there? It is not there because God have no intention of resurrecting all the elephants that die to bring them back. All the ants and batchak that die, the billions and trillions of ants that die in the past, will God resurrect them and bring them back? The answer is no. But keep in mind that all these billions of ants, each individual ants is a soul. And they had consciousness because they was alive. And when these ants die, because some of them live for a period like 4 days, some of them live for 10 days or 3 months and they die, because that is how God created them. So when all these ants die, now I'm just using the ants, but that applies to all the rest of the animals. When they die, where all the consciousness of these animals go? They go in the hands of God, because they came from the first place. It is God who created the animals and He gave all the animals consciousness. So when each animal die, they lose consciousness. The animals dead, they are no longer conscious. The consciousness become non-functional. So where that non-functional consciousness is, it is in the hands of God, and it will remain there in His hands. Now, I'm not saying that God cannot resurrect animals and bring them back alive. Of course, God could do that. All the animals that ever live and die, God could resurrect them and bring them back alive. But God chose not to do that. That is His divine policy. Now, you all didn't hear what I saying? I said, let me remind you all a third time, first or a second time, I said all the animals that God created, He will not be bringing them back alive. That is His divine policy. So He will not be He have the power to resurrect all the animals and bring them back. All these trillions and trillions and trillions and zillions of animals that die. All the animals, all the insects that ever die and live and continue to die and live. Yes, He could bring back all of them alive in a second, in an instant. But will God do that? The answer is no. It is His divine policy not to do that. But when coming to human being, He have set a resurrection for the just and the unjust. Brothers and sisters, a lot of you all will say, why will not God bring back all these animals that die? These lovely tigers, these lovely birds, the lovely butterfly, the lovely ants, the crocodiles, the elephants. And they are lovely animals? Yes. Well, they have died. Why God doesn't bring them back? Well, He make them. and he chooses not to bring them back alive. And we human beings will have to accept that and abide with that. I, Eric Braxton, have to accept that and abide with that. And I cannot change that because I'm not bigger than God. And I did not make the animals. Keep in mind that Adam, which is man, because we are descendants of Adam, the offspring, the children of Adam. Keep in mind that the animals was created before man. Read in the book of Genesis, the animals was here before man. God created man on the 6th day, but the animals was created on the 3rd or 4th day, before man. Brothers and sisters, is anyone teaching you all these things? Well, I, Eric Braxton, as I mentioned in part 35 video, I, Eric Braxton, are teaching you all this. And where I'm teaching this to you all, at home, in a little room. And the room is not properly organized. Look at bowls. The wares are scattered all about. Clothes on the ground. Look, my dirty shoes across there. And I'm teaching you all these divine truths, these facts. I am not sitting in a multi-million dollars building, in a prestige university, or in a think tank organization. Where I'm not teaching you all these things from Washington, or from King College in England, or from Oxford University. These prestige learned institution amongst the bright boys of our day, the scholars and the intellectuals, and with the PhD and the MA and the bachelor degrees. Am I amongst them teaching you all these things? Look around. You all see this little Christian boy, Eric Braxton, surround the super bright boys of the day, the intellectuals and the scholars. Look around me. I'm not seeing none of the political scientists amongst me. Neither the bright politicians. I, Eric Braxton, is sitting in this little room recording these videos on a cell phone. Look, the bulb is lighting there for I to record these truths to give to you all. So you all embrace it lock, stock and barrel, 100% in all your heart. So brothers and sisters, I am not in Washington or in New York, neither in the Dollar Trump building, in a prestige room up there, where I'm surrounded with the nice tables. The room is posh, nice tables, nice chairs. Oh, with nice fan, and I'm in a air-conditioned room recording this video. No, not at all. Where I'm sitting, cockroaches walking in front of me. I could get bite with a cockroach right now. You see what this little Christian boy is sitting down, recording these things to teach you all, brothers and sisters. So at the end of the day, any of you all see this video on YouTube, on internet and the World Wide Web, please appreciate this video a full 100%. And any of you all reject what I'm saying in this video, well, what can I do? But you all will just be, perpetuating an injustice to your own self, heart, mind, and soul. What can I do? But just pray for you all that you all will come to all your senses and embrace the truth, brothers and sisters. But let me come back. This is not an insult. I just want to say, brothers and sisters, so when the animals die, they lose consciousness. And all the animals, when they go in that unconscious state, all the animals, their unconscious state is in the hands of God. Yes, brothers. The animals will rotten. All the animals will rotten, because thus they enter, thus they return. But you remember, each animal had, all these billions of animals, trillions of animals have consciousness, because they are individual animals. And when each of them die, they lose consciousness. The consciousness ceases. So where that unceased consciousness, where it is in the hands of God. Because God is the one who gave all the animals consciousness in the first place, brothers and sisters. And this is what I'm teaching you all, brothers and sisters. But before I come to the end of this video, there will be no resurrection for all these trillions of animals that die. This is the policy of God. He will not be resurrecting all the billions of ants that die, and all the trillions of ants that die, all the billions of elephants that die, or millions of elephants that living and dying. God will not resurrect them or bring them back alive, and that applies to all the animals. Will you all accept that fact? Will you all accept that truth and abide by that truth? Keep in mind, is we human beings did not create the animals. It is He who created the animals. And since God is supreme and is bigger than we, and He is the creator, and we are the creation, please, then do like Eric Braxton. Let us abide with the decision that God have made, and abide with that. Look how I accept that and abide with that. God is not bringing back all the millions of crocodiles that die, right? And I accept that, and I will accept that, because that is the policy of God, my Creator, and I accept that. Will you all abide by that decision that God have taken, not to bring back and resurrect none of these trillions of animals that have lived and died? Brothers and sisters, let us accept it in no other name but in the name of our Lord and our Savior, Jesus Christ. Why? Because everything that God does, He does it in truth. He does it in truth and in holiness and in righteousness. So there is no fault with God, brothers and sisters. There is no fault with God, brothers and sisters. Well, brothers and sisters, I've come to the end of this part of this video. Now may the grace of God be with you and with me and with the human family from this day forth and forevermore. Well, brothers and sisters, I hope in this part 35 and 36 video I have mentioned about the animal, so I don't have to mention it again in any I don't have to record a whole video dealing with the same topic that I've dealt with with the animals in part that I've mentioned in part 35 and part 36. But I will refresh all your memory concerning that same topic, where God will not resurrect the animals again in other videos to come. But I will not make a full video specifically on that, because I will already record part 36 and part 35 concerning that matter. But just to refresh all your memory concerning that, in case all you forget it or those who doesn't know, I will mention it in other videos to come, brothers and sisters. Well, brothers and sisters, I've come to the end of this video. May the grace of God be with you and with me and with the human family from this day forth and forevermore. Shalom, peace. See you all in the next video soon. Bye bye, my friends.